Hi and welcome to our level 1 TheraBand workout. I'm using a medium TheraBand for this workout. The harder your band, the harder you're going to work. So you can tie it as tight as you like or use whatever resistance you've got at home. And we're going to start with the TheraBand around our ankles. So just soften your knees but keep your spine long. And we're going to take little crab walks to the side. So we're stepping out with the left foot first and then slowly with the right in, out, and then in. So just slowly stepping side to side. And we're going to do 5 steps to the left and then 5 steps to the right. So you should feel the outsides of your glutes and hips working as you stretch the band out and then control it as you come in. So 2 more little walks to this side and your band will move as much as it is dependent on the strength of your band. So if you've got a firmer band, you're not going to move as much. If you've got a lighter band, you'll be able to move a little bit further. So we'll do 2 more this direction. And we're trying to keep the hips fairly square to the floor so that we're not lifting up and putting down. You're trying to just skim the floor with your feet and coming straight across. So we'll do 2 more and then we're going to go back and forth 1 more time. So out for 5 this way to the left, and you should be able to really feel it through the outsides of your hips and glutes here. And 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I'm going to pick the band up, pop it around just above our knees, and then check that your feet are parallel below you. And we're going to be popping down into a squat. So as you squat down, your bottom goes out behind you and your arms come forward, keeping your chest open. And then coming back up. There's a slight resistance into the band as you go down to keep your knees tracking over your toes, and so that the knees don't come inwards and that you lose your grip on the band. So sticking the bottom right out, squeeze your glutes as you stand back up. We're going to do 10 like that, and then 10 little pulses. So we inhale down and then exhale up. And if you really think about driving through your heels, so pushing your heels into the ground as you stand back up, that'll also help you engage the glutes a little bit more. So squeezing as we lift, inhaling down, exhale up. And we've got 3 more like that. Just check in with your shoulders, make sure they're not creeping up towards your ears. And 2 more. And on this last one, we'll hold it down there. And we've got the little pulses. So just little slow and controlled. 3, 4, 5, 6, going to 10, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then up. We're going to go down. We're going to do those pulses 2 more times. So we're taking it down and then pulsing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Check in with your shoulders. And you're going as low as you feel comfortable. So if you've got bad knees, just not going quite so low. And 1 more time. Hopefully you can feel the heart rate starting to creep up a little. And down we go. And pulsing. Checking that your knees are pointing over your toes, that they're staying parallel. Squeezing your bottom. 3, 2, 1, and up. Let the shoulders relax, and we're going to take that band from around the legs, and we're going to pop our foot into it. So the top half of your foot into the band, and then standing up tall. So for this one, try and keep your hips nice and even. It's going to be tempting to lift that right hip up. Try and keep them nice and square to the ground. So we're going to exhale and we're going to hold our balance and extend the leg out, checking that your grounded foot is parallel. And then inhale to bend. Exhale to extend. So we're going to do this 4 times. On the 4th one, we're going to hold it. So this is the 4th one. Take it out and hold. Take another slow, deep breath. And out. Hopefully getting some stretch into the hamstring. And then back it off. Other leg, so parallel with this leg and foot. Lefty comes into the band. And then coming up, try and keep your hips square. And we're extending the leg out to stretch into the hamstring. Inhale to bend. Exhale to straighten. And 3. And on the 4th one we hold. Holding it, holding it. Nice slow breath. And release. Okay, so we're going to come down onto the mat now. And we're going to thread this band over our legs. And then laying down on our backs. So we're going to go into our bridging to start with. So we're going to tuck the tailbone under, press the lower back into the floor, then start to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, squeezing your bottom as you lift, taking an inhale at the top, and then exhaling down. And again, similar to the squats, we're holding the tension of the band. But if you've got a really firm band, you're not having to really change the length of it much. Just enough to hold the tension that you can feel the legs working and the bottom that little bit harder, and then rolling back down. We will be adding more to this in a moment, so just keeping the tension on the band for now. So we're going to do 6 like this, inhaling at the top, and then exhaling down. So another 3 to go. Exhale as you roll up, really articulating through the spine and focusing on squeezing your glutes. Your hamstrings are going to probably be working anyway, so if you can keep the focus on your bottom, that'll help us get a little bit more out of the glutes, which can sometimes be a little bit lazy. So we inhale at the top and then exhale down. So on the next one, we're actually going to hold the bridge up there. And we're going to do some alternating legs. So we're going to bridge up, keep the glutes squeezing, keep the hips square, and we're going to lift the left leg up into tabletop and then down to the floor. And then again, this is all square, the leg lifts and lowers. Now the grounded leg has to work really hard and keep that glute active to keep the body stable. The lifting leg works a little against the resistance of the band as well. But the grounded leg is doing most of the work. So we exhale as we lift, inhale to lower, exhale to lift, inhale to lower, and exhale. This is where these fabric bands come in really handy. Sometimes the rubber bands tend to roll a little when we try exercises like this. So I love these bands. I'm going to do 1 more to each side. Lift, lower, last one. And then rolling down, chest first, ribs second, piece by piece through the spine, all the way back down. Now if you need to readjust your band a little, you can. You want it just about 10 centimeters up from the knee, and then have the hands by the side. Feet are about sit bone width apart, and we're going to exhale, and we're going to open the thighs, pulling the band out, and then inhale to come back in. So exhale, thighs apart, pushing into the band, inhale, coming in. So we're going to do 10 like that. This is 3, and in, 4, and in. Pelvis should be staying nice and stable. And there's just a gentle drawing of your core while you do this. You don't want to forget about that one. And then 5, actually I think that was 6.
My counting is terrible. Nothing wrong with doing an extra one, especially with these ones. They're so great for the thighs and the glutes. So we'll do 2 more. And in. And last one. And in. So we'll get a little bit of action through the core as well, hands behind the head. And we're going to be doing a chest lift, but we're going to do it with our legs in tabletop. So we'll lift the legs up, holding them in tabletop. And then exhale as we tuck chin to chest, and then curling up through to lift the chest off the floor. And then inhaling back down. So we're going for 10, 2. On the 10th one, we're actually going to hold it up there. 3, because we're going to add a little bit of something extra to finish off. And 5. 5 to go. And 7. 8. 9. Okay, now last one, hold the chest lift up there and hold. Now one at a time, we're going to reach out one leg, stretching against the band, and then coming back into tabletop. And exhale to reach. And if you want to work a little bit harder, take the band just that tiny bit higher. And inhale back, keeping the height of the chest as we do this. And 6. We're going to 10 and 7. Keep the elbows just a little bit wide. Using the abs to keep the chest lifted. You've got 1 more on each side. Exhale to reach. And then last one, feel the burn. And back and hug the legs in. Take a nice deep breath in. And out. All right. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining us for another one of our TheraBand workouts. I hope you enjoyed it.